Tampa, Beulah, and bonus coverage of Harris, Philly.
We'll also be talking to former jockey Frankie Lovato Jr. He designed the Equicizer, but now he's got a new project, the Jockey World Terminology. Frankie Lovato Jr. will join us. He set out for a big project. Every day this year, he will be teaching fans about a different word, different terminology in the racing business. And he's still got Frankie Lovato Jr., who's won over 1,600 races as a jockey and was also 1980 apprentice. But before we do, he has started a new business where he is going to be defining 365 words throughout the year 2013. Here's a little example as Frankie examines the word cribber.
This is Frankie Lovato with today's term number 68 of 365, cribber. A cribber is a horse that clings to objects with its teeth and sucks in air. This becomes an addicting habit and can happen with any breed of horses. Even some of the most famous race horses were known to be cribbers. It's a habit that can be caused by nervousness, boredom, or stress, like people that chew their fingernails. Horses will crib on such things as fence boards, feed tubs, water buckets, or just about anything that they can get a hold of. Cribbing can have some negative physical effects on horses, such as causing damage to their teeth and sucking in fragments of wood along with the air that can cause them to get an infection or even colic. The strain of cribbing can also cause damage to their diaphragm and their ability to breathe properly. Some recommended solutions to discourage a horse from cribbing, including giving them as much pasture time as possible, or maybe even providing them with a four-legged companion to help prevent them from the boredom and stress. You may also see cribbers wearing something called a cribbing strap that fastens around the horse's neck and throat to discourage their cribbing. There are many types of cribbing straps, and though some cases cribbing straps can prevent a horse from cribbing, most of the horses will continue to crib with or without one.
For more of those, you can visit jockeyworld.org on the web. And the guys whose idea it was to do all of these is joining us now. Frankie Lovato Jr., welcome to the show.
Hi, Becky. Thank you for having me.
Frankie, this was a big project you took on and a lot of responsibility. Why did you decide to do this?
It is a crazy idea, but, you know, you think about people that run marathons or try to do things to raise awareness for their organization, in which in my case it's Jockey World, just trying to raise awareness and fan education, and what our mission is with Jockey World, which is basically fan education for people of all ages, which includes our underage fans, those that are under 18 years old, that can benefit, that perhaps want a career in horse racing. That's our mission of Jockey World. So the idea is I thought, well, I'll do something crazy enough that people will pay attention, so that's what I did.
Hi, Frankie. Joanne Jones with you. It's been a while. You're an idea person anyway. You created the Equicizer. So many of the riders have them in their garages, their houses to get fit. They're in jocks' rooms all over the world, really. But you've been on a mission for years now to educate people and really to help young people. So where can people find this outside of Jockey World? I understand potentially HRTV, and talk about some of the other things that you're doing.
Well, thank you. Actually, Jockey World has a couple of counterparts. One is an annual jockey camp, and I don't want to. It's a bit deceiving because it's not just for those who want to become jockeys. It could be anyone. I've had students that actually want to work in media and horse racing and just want to learn so much more of the inner goings of the racetrack world. And a lot of this information just is not tangible out there, and the Internet is such a great place. But there's really no one that's pioneered this end of it as far as educating people from the stable area side of things, not necessarily the grandstand side of stuff, but it gives them a chance to learn more about horsemanship and the angles from the horse's side. So Jockey Camp is a big part of that. We have Jockey World Radio, which is currently we are doing bi-monthly. We used to do weekly, but we're doing bi-monthly right now. And that's just because of the time that's not left in my life trying to make a video for every day.
I got to imagine that is just an enormous task. Have you had trouble thinking of words yet?
No, actually, I've written a racing terminology booklet that I'd written about 3 or 4 years ago, and I'm just going in alphabetical order from my terminology book. So, and we're taking a term, and some of it can be very simple, and we're embellishing on it. And I want to give a big thank you to my assistant, Kayla Jarvinen, who's out there listening, watching HRTV. But, she's my assistant, and the two of us, we take every term and we dissect it, and then we illustrate it, and we fill it with flavor. And if it's a very basic term, I try to make it very personal about an experience in my life and career, being around horse racing my whole life, to give it just a little bit more sparkle. So.
What's the reaction been so far, and what are you really trying to accomplish?
Well, thank you for asking. The reaction's been phenomenal. Actually, HRTV.com, the website, has been sharing our videos. We also have America's Best Racing, which is the NTRA's initiative to bring more awareness to fan education, has been sharing our videos on a daily basis. But our goal, our mission, is to bring more awareness. We do have sponsorship opportunities. There's so much more that I want to accomplish with this mission that I have created with Jockey World. And I do want to mention we are a 501c3 nonprofit organization. And for example, either Becky or Joanne, you may have a niece or a friend that has a daughter that wants to be a jockey or wants to get into racing. Jockey World is a one-stop shop. They can visit jockeyworld.org, and there's something for everyone in there to learn. And I hope to continue building and growing and getting the word out there.
Well, we're looking at a photo right now of the Jockey Camp 2012. What is the Jockey Camp? Who goes to this camp? What do they do?
That's a great question. Jockey Camp is basically it's a 3-day event, and Julie Crone joined me last year as my assistant, which was totally awesome. Julie Crone being as amazing as she is. But it's basically a complete horse racing retreat, and I have there's three different work areas that I put into Jockey Camp, and believe it or not, it's in my backyard. But what's cool about it is we have equicizer sessions, we have classroom sessions, and then I also build a racetrack. It's a scale-size racetrack where they can learn the furlong markers, the track etiquette, which is like riding. And Joanne, from exercising, I mean, it's hard to explain people how to ride in and out of the gaps and where you should be if you're at a slow lope or if you're, breezing and or if you're pulling up and all that etiquette that just really plants the seeds in their minds. And they all might be horse riders. Some of them are even getting ready to go off to the track. And these are things that just are not out there to be taught. It's kind of you have to learn the hard way. So all these things are like mental exercises, racing simulations, exercise riding simulations. I can teach them tricks with different things, with holding your reins, galloping a tough horse, how to get a horse to relax or how to get a horse to go faster. All these things is a part of Jockey Camp.
Well, Frankie, you do a lot. You had a great career as a jockey, and you've really turned that into an educational one and really giving back to the business. And we appreciate your time and encourage our viewers to see more about the 365 days either at HRTV.com or at jockeyworld.org. Frankie, have a great day.
Thank you guys so much for having me. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
We've got some live racing to attend to.